Hi everybody, I'm Fallen and I Can't Get Up Here, and I like movies. And today I'm talking about the movie Anatomy of a Fall. This is a French film from director Justine Triet and stars Sandra who some may recognize from 2016's Tony Erdmann, and actually stars in the upcoming new Jonathan Glazer movie, The Zone of Interest. This is about a family who's living in Switzerland and a couple of writers and their young son, and their cute little adorable border collie dog Snoop. And one day, the father falls out of a window. Was he pushed? Did he fall? Could he possibly have committed suicide? Can the French court system be any more insane? And this movie was a big winner out of the Cannes Film Festival, where it won the top prize, the Palme d'Or, and also won Best Actress for Sandra. There. It is a rich, fascinating drama that is maybe one of the best courtroom movies we've gotten out of the last few years. Fascinating, mostly because director Justine Triet really trusts her audience here. We don't really know anything about this couple until the inciting incident of the fall, and the way that we learn more about this through the investigation and through the trial. You really see a lot of the various nuances and a lot of the very honest complications of this marriage. And Justine really trusts the audience to just really soak in not just the details of the crime, of details of the crime, of the crime scene itself, oh, he fell from that high, but there was the window and the thing and the sun and the blah blah, but really soak in the contradictions of the characters. All too often, especially in courtroom dramas, there is sort of a sense of needing, especially more in true crime, especially lately, I think. There is this sense of needing a cleaner narrative of this person is good and that person is bad. But these people, and really just the stories of people themselves in these true crime tales, are far more complicated. They're already rich in their own drama, and this movie takes great pains to show how both sides of this complicated relationship are both wrong in various ways and also right in other ways. And there are things about both the wife and the suspicious wife and the dead husband that are really good, that are great, and other things about them that are kind of shitty. There are excuses and resentments, and for every, well, yes, that's true, there is just as many, but also this to them. And it's so fascinating the way that the information and the recontextualization of this relationship is revealed as it goes on is so compelling, even when there isn't any solid answer one way or the other. The exploration of that is what makes this movie so captivating. And in a spectacular flashback scene, about 2/3 of the way through, Sandra and her husband, who's played by Samuel Theis, they lightly peel back the layers of their marriage and all the while delivering a masterclass of performance throughout, steadily goading each other in their failures and their missed opportunities and their could have beens, and while they're just uncomfortably ratcheting up the uncomfortable emotional honesty in that feels very believable in a lot of real relationships. It's not quite, I mean, you probably won't get as meme worthy as the apartment scene in Marriage Story, but it does feel very real. It feels very real, true kind of drama like that. And yeah, on the topic of those performances, Sandra absolutely deserves all the credit she's gotten. I don't know if she'll get an Oscar nomination. I think she's definitely worth an Oscar nomination. She has such a way of like carrying herself, and the way she the way she speaks. Like sometimes she'll like slip into French, and like doesn't know all the French that well, so she likes talking English, and she has a way of like holding herself in, even when she is like when she is explaining herself and she is being what we can guess is emotionally honest. There is still that second second of doubt. Like, is she telling the truth? Did she do it? Is this what we think it is, or is this what she wants us to think it is? There is so yeah, it's a very she's a very very compelling performance, and really all the performances I think are great. Even the kid who's played by, I hope I pronounced this right, Milo Machado Graner. That kid was a surprisingly great performance, and his character is actually an interesting little wrinkle because he's the only witness to the crime, but he's also vision impaired. So and there's a lot of complications with visions there, and like the way that his character is like plays into like in like the courtroom scenes and the investigation, and again there's a little dog Snoop, absolute good boy, best dog in the movies since Prey. I also really love how it's shot too. Like right from the start, this movie has a really great use of lawn lenses. Like we feel like distant outside observers right from the get-go. If I had any criticisms, I would say that maybe it could have been like 15 minutes shorter. It's 2 hours and 30 minutes long, and it never feels long. It's always engaging, it's always compelling, but it's kind of like looking back on it. I do think there are some parts that maybe could have been trimmed a little, and honestly, I think another thing that might be a little fuzzy for some viewers, at least American viewers like me. I'm not clear on how exactly a French court system works compared to America's, because like sometimes Sandra is just allowed to stand up and explain herself. The defense and prosecuting attorney can just talk to her both at the same time. And speaking of the prosecuting attorney, oh my God, Antoine Reinartz, he plays a great prick, but something about this guy, like he ends every line of questioning with some closing remark that is like so snappy and so catty that I like it feels almost a little unbelievable, but I also don't know. Like at one point he starts cross-examining her with basically supposing her motives from one of her books. And I'm just kind of sitting there like I don't know if that's just an exaggeration for the sake of the drama of a movie, or if the French court system is actually just like that. Probably isn't, but I don't know. I'm a dumb American. But honestly, other than that, it's all in all very fantastic film. Definitely one of the best of the year. Great performances, great directing, very interesting use of a 50 Cent song. It is engaging, it is complicated. It's the kind of movie that a lot of us kind of seem to be clamoring for. You know, these more like less like so big and great and like 4-quadrant. This is like something that's like very trusting of its audience, and it's very thoughtful. It's very, and again, I keep saying compelling, but it is very compelling. It's a very thoughtful film, and I think the ending's perfect. I love the ambiguity of everything going on. You never know for sure. It's a great movie to like watch and then talk about with people. I think it's a great conversation piece, and I absolutely loved it. I'm feeling a strong 8, maybe even a light 9. One of the best of the year, and I have to since I'm me and I have to recommend older films, I have, where is it? Where is it? It's down here now. Yes, I have to recommend and Witness for the Prosecution. This is a 1957 movie from Billy Wilder. That is a truly one of the best courtroom movies you will ever see, possibly ever. It stars the great Charles Lawton and the equally as great, if not greater, Marlene Dietrich as another very suspicious wife accused of crimes. Yeah, definitely seek that out. Give that a watch. And it's now the fall season, which means all the really good stuff is coming out. Like now that the film festivals have finally let up, and we're getting now it's fourth quarter. This is when the good stuff comes out. You know, we're past. Not everything is a blockbuster, guys. Please, I encourage you to seek out movies that are beyond what you usually go for. You will be rewarded most of the time. But that being said, it's fourth quarter, and that means work for retailers is catching up, and it's going to be a rough one. Not gonna lie, and I'll do my best to get a review out I'm gonna try to get a review out at least once a week. Yeah, things might be a little tight for me for a while, but very excited for where things will go. So yeah, did you see the Anatomy of a Fall? What did you think of it? Did she do it or did she not do it? What did you think of Snoop? Do you love Snoop? Is Snoop the best boy or is he not the best boy? And comment, like, subscribe, share. I think that's it. I'm Zach. I will keep watching movies and hope you do too.